Hi everybody, welcome once again to another Low on Health game video review where I go over some of the games I've been playing recently. For this particular video, I wanted to touch upon a game I played previously a couple years back and its sequel that's coming out this year on PC and 360, and I think it's been pushed back from last year to this year, but nonetheless, this is a gaming series I've actually been kind of excited about to a point. So let me go ahead and start the first video here. The game is of course going to be, or the games will be, Two Worlds. Two Worlds was first kind of announced as a multiplayer kind of a co-op Oblivion, in which case I love Elder Scrolls Oblivion on the Xbox 360. It was basically kind of my system seller that got me interested in the Xbox 360, and I love Oblivion to death. So when I heard about Two Worlds, I was mildly interested in it, and I decided to give it a rental, in which case I found out that Two Worlds was a very, very kind of horrible game. It's a very lackluster kind of hack and slash RPG. With horrible voice acting. The visuals aren't that great. The combat is kind of hit or miss. The basic design. It's a nice big open world. There's a decent fast travel system, and your horse works great. But as you can see right here, the combat is just kind of slow and monotonous, and not that great whatsoever. What I did eventually find out about the game, though, is after I was playing it, there were of course a couple exploits here and there. But it is such an open world-ended game where, like mostly in a lot of RPGs, if you kill somebody that's like a quest giver or kill somebody that you shouldn't, they won't die. They'll basically be knocked unconscious, pop back up. Not so much with Two Worlds. You basically can kill everybody that you want. So at a certain point in the game, after I figured I was kind of over leveled and I didn't really want to go with the story anymore, I would kind of have a separate save, and I would literally just go around and start murdering everybody. And it was so much fun to actually walk into like one of the three capital cities, decently sized cities where you have all the NPCs and whatnot, and just start killing them, because then the guards come after you and then you kill them. And then I would basically just start running around the whole town through the town square and whatnot, and it'd be like a big Benny Hill sketch with everybody running after me trying to kill me, and then I would kill them. And you could also eventually end up resurrecting them, which was really interesting, or you could charm them. So I maxed out those skills, so I was actually able to res up some of the skeletons of their fallen villagers and charm some of the other villagers that were chasing after me. And it would just be like this big kind of epic war in the middle of town. I just thought that was fun to be able to go around and like literally murder everybody in the game. I really like having that kind of open-endedness to it, to where if you just want to go off crazy, go ahead and do it, like Grand Theft Auto style. But every time you killed somebody that was a quest giver, like, this quest is lost, blah, 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 you can't do this anymore, I'm like, whatever, I'll just revert the save. But because of that sheer little stupidness of the game, I enjoyed it immensely. It was probably the main key factor of Two Worlds that I enjoyed so much. That and the exploration. I very much like exploring the game. But, so that was that game. I think I gave it a rather low review, but I enjoyed playing it to a point. Now, what happened recently is Two Worlds 2 has come out. I played this one on the PC, in which case it's very still rough. It's a very rough game, just like the first one. The voice acting is just as bad. The story seems to be a little bit better. You kind of almost joined up with the orcs who have saved you to go against the big bad evil human, who is essentially kind of doing evil sorcerer stuff. So like the plot seems rather solid. But as I'm playing it, it's still kind of sloppy, combat, little, not that great of a design. I found riding the horse very cumbersome in general, but the pieces are there. So what happened was I was doing one of the missions and I kind of failed, and it was like a timed racing mission, and I'm like, oh, this is just annoying. I'm like, well, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna go into this town, I'm gonna just kill everybody and have some fun and do what I did before. It's a PC game, I use trainers, whatever. I can use Tilda and give myself experience, in which case I was all gearing up to go on a mad massacre, in which case I went to one of my quest givers, tried to kill him, and he did not die. He didn't take any damage whatsoever, didn't even be phased by any type of spell or sword or arrow I shot into him. Thus, the game killed its only really good factor I had in mind to play it. I was like, well, at least I can always screw around and do that. Nuh-uh, not so much. So after I realized that, I know it's very kind of a cheap thing to say, but once I realized the little kind of nuance to the game, the one thing I thought this series had going for it was taken away from me, I'm like, screw it, I'm not going to bother with it. I also found the camera angle not that great. I was fighting with it a lot, and I was using the Xbox 360 controller on the PC, so that was kind of cool. But I just found that the overall design not that great. I mean, it probably is theoretically better than the first one, probably on a technical standpoint. The presentation and the visuals were better. But I just didn't enjoy it as much as I did the first one whatsoever, which is kind of sad to say. But other than that, that's really about it. I just want to touch on those two. I do mention I did enjoy Two Worlds 2, and I probably will end up playing Two Worlds 2. I did enjoy Two Worlds, the first one on Xbox, and I probably, when I get Two Worlds 2 on the Xbox 360, whenever it comes out, maybe I'll rent it or buy it cheap extremely down the road. I'll probably play with it and kind of tinker around with it. Maybe it'll have a better engine, a tighter engine on the Xbox 360. But two RPGs, and I do enjoy my RPGs to an extent. So I just want to touch upon those. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.